My name is Colin Sodote. I am a professor of law, but also the team leader for the group that came to the county of Migori. We have been here since yesterday. Yesterday we spent the time across all the bulk of the sub-counties. We went as far as Awendo and as far as Kuria West and in between. Today, since morning, we have been listening to submissions from citizens, organized groups, individuals, institutions, the private sector. Since morning, we have listened to several groups. I may not mention all of them, but I want to just highlight a few. We have listened to border associations. Just this, as we're going for lunch, I've just received a memorandum from the Matatu Association. We have listened to and received submission from religious leaders. We've received submissions from NAT, from KNUT. We have received submissions from Kupet. We have received submissions from Kepsha. We have received submissions from the private sector association. We have received submissions for the grade 6 learners. We have received submissions from secondary school students. We have received submissions from principals. We have received submissions from the chair of the education committee of the county assembly. We have received submissions from a very old mzee who I was just taking a photo with, who gave us the history of how he had education changes from colonial periods. We have received submissions from young people. We've just broken for lunch. We will be coming back in the afternoon again to receive submissions. We were scheduled to finish at 4 o'clock, but because we have around 10 groups still remaining, we are going to extend until 5:30 because our intention is to listen to all Kenyans. I'm sure people are wondering, what are the things you have been told? It may not be possible to summarize the things that we've been told, but I can't just make a statement about one or two things. We have had submissions and suggestions about the transition. We have had submissions about teacher preparedness. We've had submissions about parental involvement. We've also had submissions about issues around morality. We've been told about the implications on some of the things that happen concerning teenage pregnancies and how that should be handled, both from girls in the schools themselves, but also from non-teaching staff. We've also had submissions around terms of service for non-teaching staff. We've had submissions about the interlinkages about the different sectors between primary, secondary, and Tvets. We've had submissions from universities. We've also had submissions about the role of county governments. We've had submissions around capitation. Yes, we are extremely grateful to the people of Migori, not just for raising issues, but also for sharing their ideas about it. That's number one. The number two thing that is interesting for us as a working party is the commitment of citizens to find solutions to the issues that were given to us. That for me is a very, very encouraging thing, that Kenyans are coming to us, raising concerns, but also providing suggestions. Our duty as a working party, as we said in the morning, is to continue the listening process. And I hope that even you, as members of the Fourth Estate, just as I mentioned when we were inside, you're the next on the people I would like to hear from in terms of what your ideas are. Because one of the other things that has been raised with us is that Kenyans are also starting to tell us we do not know a lot about the CBC process. We have issues that we are concerned about, but we need to be told much more. So you are going to be partners in terms of providing solutions. So I hope we'll hear from you. The responsibility of ensuring that what is given to us is implemented is a responsibility for all of us. It is not a responsibility for the working party. It is a responsibility for His Excellency the President who gave us this mandate. It's a responsibility of the Cabinet Secretary of Education, under whom education rests. It's a responsibility of the national government officials. It's a responsibility of the county government. The nice thing for us this far, when we were being inducted, we were inducted by His Excellency the Deputy President on behalf of the President, who gave commitments to Kenyans that they will implement the recommendation that came out of it. The Cabinet Secretary, as soon as he was appointed, has given support and commitments to the working party. Just yesterday, he joined our WhatsApp group for all members of the working party, which is not normal, but he joined and gave us his blessings and says, I will support you and I will ensure whatever you say is implemented. But the task of implementing whatever we suggest does not rest on one person, it rests on all of us. We will do our part as a working party to ensure that we give recommendations that are implementable. My plea is for all of us to do our part. It is your part as the media to ensure that those of us that are responsible for implementing, we put pressure on them to ensure whatever we say, we move away from shelves to the road in terms of action.